So here's yet another short story about a bachelorette party gone wrong, and a young guy handling himself just right upon finding out what activities was going on at the bachelorette party. And this only proves again that these things are just a terrible idea. You get a couple that's getting married and they want to spend the rest of their lives together. They don't need to do that nonsense, but clearly for her it's about the party and the fun and all that, not him. Titled, Am I the a-hole for canceling my wedding after I got a video of my fiance grinding on someone during the bachelorette party? And a big shout out to GB for sending me this story. Now listen to this. My fiance and I were supposed to get married next month. I was really looking forward to the wedding and spending the rest of my life with my fiance. Notice that? He's focusing on the long term, the marriage, the family, and all that. What do you think she's focusing on? Probably just the ceremony, being the star. Last month, we had a bachelor and bachelorette parties, and I got a message from an anonymous source. It was a video of my fiance grinding on a male dancer. Funny how a lot of these stories, these guys get videos and pictures from an anonymous source. Probably one of her jealous friends. My fiance did seem drunk, but I was shocked that they would even invite a male dancer. And secondly, that she would grind on him. Guys, she could be the sweet and innocent girl next door, or the church girl. And guess what? And it's usually the sweet, innocent girl next door, the church girl, that goes buck wild. I'm sorry, man. There was a side to her you didn't know. So I talked to my fiance after the parties and showed her the video. And my fiance did apologize and say her friends just wanted a more adventurous bachelorette party. Well, I'm willing to bet you that part of that is true, that the friends did want that, because usually it's their friends that egg them on. But even if she didn't know they were going to hire a dancer, because sometimes these brides don't know, she could have handled herself in a respectful way, saying, okay, you girls can see the guy dance and shake his ass and strip and all that and do Lord knows what with, as long as you're single. I'll just here sip my margarita and watch. But no, usually it's grinding, it's kissing, sometimes putting dancer's parts in other parts of her, or full on going off to her room. It happens. It's a disgrace. However, I just thought this was a massive betrayal, and after taking a week to think about it, I canceled my wedding and broke up with my fiancé. Well, he took a week. It's not like he decided right then and there, so our guy's smart enough to really contemplate on it. My fiancé was really shocked and even hysterical and cried a lot. Hobag Handbook Chapter 2. But mentally, I just couldn't do it anymore and imagine spending the rest of my life with my fiancé. Am I the a-hole, as a lot of my friends and family on my fiance's side think this was really harsh? Dude, it doesn't matter what they think. It's your life. Because this is who she really is. Once you marry her, and you're bound in the eyes of the government, you're going to take a hit, especially depending on where you live. And people could say, well, she was drunk. Well, I don't care. I don't buy that excuse, because alcohol just amplifies what people think or feel or want to do. It's been proven. I don't want to hear it's her friend's fault, because guess what? If she's old enough to get married and embark on what that will require from maturity levels and responsibility, then she's mature enough and adult enough to say no. Okay, girls, go have your fun, but I'm going to watch and just have my margarita or my Cosmo, and that's that. I love my guy. I'm not going to do that. Or even engage in partake in this in the first place. So I don't hear about those excuses. But guys, you got to do what's best for you, because everybody else is going to want you to go along with the narrative. You didn't hear about this guy getting a dancer and fool around with her. No, not this guy. So that's what I think. He's not the a-hole here. But, of course, society is going to paint the picture of that. But I guarantee you, at the end of the day, yeah, maybe her parents could be annoyed because they put a down payment on the wedding, on the reception hall and the cake and all that. But, at the end of the day, blame the girl. She did all this. And I'm also willing to bet you that she had single friends, are probably jealous of her getting married, so some wanted to sabotage. Probably the same ones that probably hired the stripper also probably sent the videos to him, hoping to mess it up. I wouldn't put it past him. So, in my opinion, he did the right thing. So, guys, you're going to get married. If you're going to do it, bachelorette, bachelor parties, not a good idea. But you're going to have to lead the path. You're going to have to lead the way, saying, I'm not going to have a big party. I'm not going off to Vegas. I'm not going to have dancers. We can have a joint party, a barbecue, or something fun like that. Whatever. but not this. Now some comments to show support. This guy says, not the a-hole. Bachelorette parties are not some magical effing party that absolves all of its attendees of consequences for their actions. If she'll do this today, what's stopping her from going with some friends and doing the same thing or worse after you're married? Right. And I'm willing to bet you some of those girls there had boyfriends or husbands and probably were, partaking in the shenanigans. And now those guys are being... I'm serious. Another one. Says, if it was a betrayal in your mind, then that's all that matters. I will say that you more than likely are already having doubts or were having trouble trusting her for some reason. This person's trying to already put the seeds like he was already not trusting her and looking for an excuse to get out of this. No, he wasn't. I don't know if that would be enough to break up with someone that I had planned on marrying a month from now. I would definitely need to have some conversations, but that's assuming we had an otherwise solid relationship. It doesn't sound like you do. I think it should go without saying that grinding a male dancer is a no-go. Come on here. And this guy, he said he took a week to really think about it. It's not like he just had a knee-jerk reaction saying, we're done. No, he thought about it. One more. Not the a-hole, in my opinion. I can see some people being okay with this, but also the people who consider lesser things cheating. So I think it comes down to personal values and where your unnegotiable boundaries are. Apparently this was one of them, and in that case, it's better to find out the deal breaker now than after you were married. Right. Silver lining is here is he knows he's finding out before they get hitched. I get being on the other side and being upset about it too, canceling the marriage or breaking up, since some people don't consider it a big deal, and it sounds like she didn't know beforehand this was something you felt strongly about. If she is marrying this guy, then she should know a lot about him and enough to know what boundaries are not good. But here's the other thing. Common sense should show her that her grinding on another dude, a naked dude, and I'm sure there was more going on here, ain't good. As for me personally, I would feel hurt if my partner grinded against anyone and would find it hard to trust them around others. Even more so if we had discussed beforehand that what we consider infidelity. Definitely discussions you should have had before getting married, and they did it anyway. I say she knew her guy, knew this wouldn't be good, and that's that. So he's going to have to go through, he's going to get a lot of anger and crying and hate from her family and his friends. This is how it goes. And guys, if you find yourself in a situation like this, stay the course. Trust your gut. Trust your heart. And if it's telling you something's wrong, even if everybody around you is telling you're nuts, that's all that matters. But I get that's very hard. That's very hard for someone that particularly is not used to standing up for themselves. That's life's little way of testing you to see if you're strong enough. Because if you don't, at the end of the day, you got to take care of you. And I don't mean in a way that you're harming other people. That's wrong. A zero-sum game type of thing. But you have to look out for you, because at the end of the day, you're the only one that will. Hopefully, you guys out there maybe have some bros or a family member or maybe hopefully a wife that truly will want to take care of you. But that's rare. At the end of the day, everybody's going to take care of themselves. So in this situation, he's handling it right, even if he's getting hell for it. So keep an eye out for updates, guys.